Showtime!
It's about that time.
Let's go!
You're right where you need to be. This is GCOM Radio.
Hardest radio station on the planet. Yeah!
Powered by Lyfeblood.com.
We certified.
And hosted by Nova Phoenix.
Give them that flavor.
Yo, somebody tell me what it's like to leave the light, you know what I'm saying? To be stuck in dreamland. You know, living life because I don't sleep at night. I don't sleep at night. Tell me what it's like, show me where to go and I'ma take the flight, huh? I just wanna feel normal again. If you want, you can give me a formula when like yesterday, Andele, yo screaming, Vamanos, I say Geronimo, fuck it, I'm jumping and falling, I'm plummeting. Wow, this is riveting, classic conditioning, help me, it's sickening.
It's GCOM Radio.
I am one of the flyers
on iHeartRadio.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I came from the slums or that I grew up with guns. Respect to the people that came up from nothing you've won. I feel like you are the ones that I look up to, you the kings of hustle. When I'm running low on cash, I work a double. Mama beg me, please son, just stay out of trouble. And remember the times when we fucking struggle. Please don't make it in vain, all in the name of fame. I want you staying the same. Get on your knees and pray. I'm hoping you don't lose your way. Thank you, mama, got it. Life's not what I thought it. Temptations, yeah, I fought it. I just told the devil stop it. He's just trying to make a profit off my soul and I'ma fucking block it. Tick tock, welcome to reality, loving hip hop. Time doesn't give a damn, so you better wise up, nigga. Get a bag, wake up, better rise up, nigga. Gotta work for your shit like you work for a bitch. Don't call her a bitch, it's a sin to commit. Contradictions upon contradictions. It's a shame that you cannot tell fact from fiction. Let me fix my rhythm so I kill the system. I'm the human penicillin, who's gonna be my victim? Please don't blame the children, they be doing what their parents have instilled in. I just wanna be that nigga that speaks and you really gotta listen. I've said this before, my plan of attack is attack. I'm trying to hit it from the back. Man, I'm so proud to be black. Confidence I do not lack. Mess with my team, it's a rap. It's really that simple though, kinda subliminal. I'm just your typical syllable criminal, huh? Hey, 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 hey.
What's going on, guys? That was AK the King with White Noise. He's coming back around again on the show as a bonus track. We played him on the show before. I really like that track. It's short. It doesn't have to be extremely long, but to me, it hit all the right buttons. So shout out to AK the King. Yes, I am Nova Phoenix. I'm your host of GCOM Radio on iHeartRadio, and we have returned again for another show. And I'm not as excited as I am previously on other shows for the opening because the recent situation that happened, the death of Kobe and Bryant on the helicopter crash. It's unfortunate, and everybody knows, of course, by now, but I just thought I would give my condolences, prayers, and support, and all the love and all of my beings to his wife and the rest of the daughters, and also the other folks that died as well along in the plane. And I think I should mention their names because they're people too. The people that also died with Kobe and Brianna was John and Carrie Altobelli, the daughter Alyssa Altobelli, Christina Mauser, Ara Zobayan, Sarah Chester, and her daughter Peyton Chester. Condolences, love, and support to all those other folks that died in the crash as well. It's quite unfortunate. Hit me hard, man. Hit me hard seeing everything on IG and Twitter and Facebook. Its loss of life is especially when it's a sudden loss of life. It was so unexpected, and man, it's just crushing, and it's crushing, and everything, all the promises, and everything but Kobe was, listen, when I was watching sports hard with basketball, my boys, I was always the anti-Kobe guy because, he was running the streak. He was running the dynasty. And I was always a supporter of the Knicks. And, but that was all in good fun. Having that competitive nature while watching basketball. But, him as a human being, I appreciated his accomplishments, and I also did look up to him, everything that he was, Kobe Bryant, and how he was leading a cool, balanced life as a father, as an athlete, as a businessman, and he was a shining example to a lot of folks, not just in America but around the world. He was adored. So sending out a lot of love and support to for the Bryant family, and especially with his daughter Brianna. That is what is especially crushing. Not Brianna, I'm sorry, Gianna. That was especially crushing to hear. So yeah, and I'll talk about it a little bit more in another segment. As far as the opposite that what was happening in light of Kobe's death, how there was a lot of vitriol and unexpected anger towards, and spite or darts that was thrown out, negative darts that was thrown out, Kobe Bryant dying. But I'll get into that later. We'll get into Terry Crews. Terry Crews apologized, man. Hearing all that stuff that was going on with Terry Crews. And I'm like, whoa, Terry, where you coming from with that? Gabrielle was showing you love and support, and then all of a sudden when they asked you on the show about what Terry felt about Gabrielle Union's feeling, and I'm like, he totally threw her under the bus. Now, that being said, he came out a little later because he was lit. This guy was lit on fire. This guy was lit on fire. He was getting roasted for what he was saying about Gabrielle Union, and deservedly so. But he apologized, and he was like, he should have respected her feeling and not went in so hard. You was tap dancing, bro. You was tap dancing. I was gonna buff up some shoes for you. The way you was coming in hard. I mean, you was going in hard. You could have simply said, you know what, I got no comment. I never experienced what she experienced, but just because I didn't experience doesn't mean she didn't go through the same thing. And you could have played it real easy, but you just laid it on thick, bro. You might as well took off your shirt, took off your jacket, went bare chested, broke out those shoes with the tie on, with the bow tie, and dance your way back and forth on that stage because you was looking crazy. But anyway, that's Terry Crews. And you could tell a lot about people's actions, man. You could tell a lot about what people say in their actions as the years go by. And, people do make mistakes. But if you have a recurring a theme about you every time when you're dealing with sensitive subject matter, and you just somehow dance or slide your ass, right into the pocket of folk, that says a lot about you, Terry, man. So I used to, what? And the first time I saw Terry, I saw him, I think, in Training Day. And I was like, damn, that's a hard-looking brother. My man with all the muscles. And I'm like, damn, bro. It's funny how all that Hollywood illusion, and then the real guy comes out and is like, word, really, bro? Oh, man. Whatever. Anyway, Britain left. Brexit has happened. So, they're planning on 73 members of Britain members that were part of the European Parliament to leave. And they also have to deal with certain things in the transitional period in the next 11 months, dealing with how Britain is going to deal with their immigration, trade, intelligence, security, fisheries, as funny as that is, because as part of the EU, other countries are allowed to fish in English waters. Now that changes, data sharing, etc. So I'm still I've seen a lot of videos and read articles on Brexit, and I'm still trying to put my thumb on why Britain, it was so hard on leaving the EU. And I have to review it again. And there's one thing for these reasons to be said in an article, but then you have to look at the layers below that, because things are not always what they profess it to be or what they say it is, and it's not. Sometimes you kind of gotta pull back the curtain. I'm like, okay, what's the real reason? What are the other things that we're not hearing about? So I gotta look into that in the next couple of days and see if I could just kind of let that sink in. The next Fast 9, man, that's Fast 9 is coming out. Fast 9, I'm looking forward to it. I saw the trailer. Real over the top, but I've accepted the fact that Fast and the Furious is an over the top movie. I'm with it, man. And Han is back from when he died in Fast and the Furious and Tokyo Drift. And I never was a big fan of Tokyo Drift because I was like, where's the original team? But they back and I guess they was like, damn, man, this ain't gonna make it without the original cast. You know what I mean? Let's bring them back. So I'm gonna see that Fast 9, man. I'm gonna see Fast 9. And the last thing I want to bring up is Kentucky. Kentucky a couple of days ago had a protest of armed citizens with AK-47s that paraded into the Kentucky State Capitol without resistance. Walked in because they wanted to support gun control rights, making sure that any legislation that's passed that may, quote unquote, limit their Second Amendment rights, they had to have their voice heard. And I'm like, okay, forget all the liberals. And I know a lot of people that listen to the show think I'm liberal. I hate the term liberal, conservative. Just chuck it out. I see myself as a human being, and I go with the things that with right, and I side with right, and of course I'm opposed to wrong. Any legislation, what works for the community is what works. Anything else is just a waste of time and toxic to the body as a whole. Now, I'm not speaking to any liberals. I'm not speaking to any left wing, New York, LA. No, I'm speaking straight to Kentucky Republicans. If you listen to this podcast right now, share it with your friends. Let me tell you something. Y'all's is bugging. Y'all's is bugging. Listen, you went up into the Capitol, and it's funny you went in without resistance to protest any limitations of your gun rights. The gun rights that are happening right now, they say they don't want their guns to be taken. There's this red flag law that's saying if there's any reason why we should take your guns, we should take your guns. No one is going to take your guns. And I will put my foot in the mouth as that happens. No one is going to take your guns. You're going to keep your guns. I am a Second Amendment. I support the Second Amendment. I am a Second Amendment rights supporter. Okay? I'm with it. I live in New York. We don't have guns. But there are reasons for that. Now, do you think, now you went up in there all comfortable. Do you think the United States government is going to allow any group, armed militia group, to come and storm government property? Is not going to happen. They let you in there. Trust me. There is no problem with letting you in there. You can talk whatever you want. As soon as you are a threat, then that's when they step in. Secondly, let me tell you, if there is any problem and you feel that you want to confront the government with your guns and physically fight the United States government for your gun rights, wrong move. The government has way more guns than you do. Trust me. They have way more guns, way more bullets. They have tanks. They have missiles. They have an army. Okay? They will send in the National Guard. It doesn't matter, especially with the folks that you know, there was that recent report saying they found racists in I think West Point or something like that. A bunch of kids putting them OK signs. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter even how you feel about, you know, a thing that got me was they interviewed a guy down there in Kentucky. He was like, I'm not Taliban. I'm not Muslim. I'm not Mexican. That's what kind of took me off. I'm like, huh? Wait, but we'll get back to that. They don't care about what you feel, how you think. They don't care about those kids in the cadets throwing up them OK signs, okay? They don't care about that. Because if you were a threat to government property and people, they would send down those same kids or the same people in the National Guard, regardless of how they think, and say, listen, you pick up that M16 and you're going down there to defend government property. And all of a sudden, you'll be fighting against the very people that think just like you. It does not matter. You will not win against the United States government because they asked the guy down there, another guy, well, would you ever fight against your government? And the guy was like, no comment. I'm like, what? So you're saying if push comes to shove, you're going to use your guns? And I've had talks with people like this. I'm like, you will not win when it comes to guns. They have way more than you do. You're not going to do that. So coming in with this male bravado, chest full of hot air, and you're going to come in and start waving guns, and you're going to walk into the state capitol. Nah, bro, they got your number. They going to sure come in. So there are people that think like that it's okay. They want you to come in and support your Second Amendment rights. There are some people, employees that work within the Kentucky Capitol building and say, sure, yeah, you could walk around the detector, the metal. No, sure, come in. Yeah, you felt all comfortable, but I guarantee you, your number is taken. Your number is taken, because trust me, they have your number. And if you feel honored enough, if you feel that you got enough fire in your chest that you want to go down and start running up in there and say no and take things by force, nah, bro, it's not gonna happen. Now, I'm New York. I'm a New Yorker. We can't carry guns in here for obvious reasons. This is the capital of the world, the financial capital of the world. The financial district is right there. Wall Street is right in Lower Manhattan. They have even the what do you call it? The Reserve Bank, the Federal Reserve Bank, in the city. You think they want to have an armed militia walk freely around here if push come to shove? They protecting the money, man. They're protected. That's why we can't have guns in New York. But of course, you could have it in Kentucky. No disrespect to Kentuckians, but there's nothing in Kentucky that can be a threat to other outside forces that the government would have to come in. All right, there's nothing in Kentucky. No disrespect to Kentuckians. Okay, you guys got parks and mountains and the Kentucky Derby, and that's it. There's nothing. They'll let you go ahead. You can have your guns over there, no problem. We get you. We don't care. But as soon as Kentucky turns into New York, and you have the things of what New York has, like the financial district, they will shut it down. And trust me, gun laws will get passed. Well, see, now what makes me nervous is that not so much of people want to come to the Kentucky Capitol building with their guns. I understand. There's a fear, which I kind of understand and I don't. There's a fear that your gun's going to get taken. But what makes me nervous is when they interviewed the guy and he said, well, I'm not the Taliban. I'm not Muslim. I'm not Mexican. I'm American. I'm American and I have my right. And I'm like, it gets me nervous, because then saying those things kind of like, it triggers things in me like, so Muslims in the Taliban, which is thousands of miles away, Muslims here that really are not a serious threat to America. They're American Muslims that live here. And then all of a sudden Mexicans, they just don't know how to handle guns. They just gonna start running around crazy, start shooting shit up. But you're more responsible because you're American. So what are you saying here? What are you implying? Okay. Those are the things that get me nervous. Like, I would be there and be like, yeah, I support guns, no doubt. Because if I lived down south, I would have guns too. But then if I'm standing next to the guy that said that, I'm like, if you're saying that about Muslims and Mexicans, what are you going to say about me when I'm not around you? You understand what I'm saying? These little things are indicators of your thought process. They're little kernels or nuggets of truth that peeks out on your mentality. And that mentality, and you're armed with a gun, that's when I'm like, exit stage left. I ain't with it, but, Kentuckians, chill out, man. Ain't nobody taking your guns. And like I said, if they do, I'm putting a foot in my mouth. If you're a legal gun owner, you should have nothing to worry about. This is about these nuts out there that shoot up schools, that kill people, come back with AR-15s, and they're trying to avoid another mass shooting that kills 50 people in a 5-minute period. 100 people. That's what they're trying to avoid. And if they say you're a little kooky, you're a little crazy, that's the guns they're going after. Not the law. If you're a law-abiding citizen, what do you have to? You always say that. Well, you always say that about the cops. Well, if he just followed the law, he wouldn't have a problem. That's why the cops shot him. So in this case, if you're a law-abiding citizen, what do you got to worry about? Those red flag laws don't mean anything to you because you're a law-abiding citizen. Okay. That's just my thought on that. Let's just get into the first segment of the show. It's crazy in itself. So all right. So the first thing I just want to say, even as an opening, with that what is happening here. Oh yeah. So for Lyfeblood.com, I just totally drew a blank. Lyfeblood.com. So one of the good news, the good news that's happening with Lyfeblood.com, we are showing up for New York Tech Day. All right, Lyfeblood.com. Everybody knows Lyfeblood. It's what powers GCOM Radio. It's a website that encourages people to follow their passions and grow it through the membership that they build. And within that membership, they give you $1 a month to help for you to realize your dream. And it's much more than that. It's much more than setting up a financial network, financial foundation, and talk with like-minded people, forward-thinking people. But this is the community that we want to grow into a new culture, a new society, the society that people always talk about, what we can become, the potential that we can reach even with our technology. So we're going to show up for New York Tech Day. That's going to be at the JPGs Center in April. In April, there's going to be about 15,000 people there. And there's going to be people that's going to exhibit their startups. And there's going to be people that's going to be attending just to check out the new businesses, the new ideas, the forward thinkers. And I think it's going to be a beautiful thing. You can hire top talent. You can get attention from media outlets, create partnerships. And I think it's an important thing for Lyfeblood to be a part of. That's where we're at. I've always felt, I think this is the perfect opportunity to really present Lyfeblood in its full capacity visually. And we're going to have our booth, man. We're going to have our booth. People, if you have your own businesses and you're trying to get it up off the ground, meet us there at Lyfeblood.com. I'll definitely be there. I'll have my booth. It's going to be set up. It's going to be lovely. I'm looking forward to speaking to all the people, because all the people that are there are potential lifers, not just as far as investors, but the startups that are creating their own lanes themselves. I'm interested to see what type of businesses are out there, because all of it is interconnected and interwoven within the Lyfeblood theme. And it's a beautiful thing. And I already have the idea turning over in my head and how I'm going to present, the words I'm going to say, and really have an honest one-on-one talk with the people that are coming through there. I think this is an opportunity for us to really step into the threshold, into the 21st century threshold, by marrying and having a partnership between our technology and the human spirit. And the human spirit is how we can use our technology to improve ourselves and our community, and not let things get in our way. Because we have a lot more ability to be better than we think. And the power is in all of us. It's not outside, it is within us. It is within people. And I'm trying to rebuild that community, because we don't have a community. We have people that exist amongst each other, all right, in buildings and high rises. But do we really have a community that connects us all, not just here in the United States, but around the world? That we all can get on the same page and say, we have a problem with famine. We have a problem with green energy. We have a problem with climate change. We have a problem with the decrease of jobs as our technology becomes better in the next 20, 25 years. What are the solutions that are we going to implement to keep us from falling off the cliff? These are the people that I want to talk to. These are the people that I want involved with Lyfeblood.com. These are the people with the fire in the chest, and understand that we have a growing problem, and it's just not about making money. It's about setting human beings on a whole new course to realize who we can be, and to accept the things that will make our lives better, even if it challenges, even if it is a quote unquote threat to some industries. I hope to meet Elon Musk if he's there. I hope to even meet Bill Gates. I hope to meet a lot of these CEOs. Not so much as them trying to make them a part of Lyfeblood.com, but to introduce him to a new type of CEO that's going to bring this world into a new day. And with the help of all of you guys, I hope that that we can make that a reality. And we're here. Lyfeblood.com is here. GCOM Radio is here. That's going to be the mouthpiece to spread that word. And I hope you can join me and be a part of this new movement that I'm building. Okay, we are going to get into the first song of the show. And this artist's name is Harana. And she's coming out of Orlando, Florida. The song is called Bestest. Now, I like this particular individual because she's a stay-at-home mom. She does everything on her own, doing her music, the videos, and she's an all-in-one package. So I always like to give support to artists like that, and and show love as we always do for Lyfeblood and GCOM Radio, especially for artists like Harana. So check this out, Bestest.
You heard it here first, folks. Where else can you hear the latest? You know the show. Say it.
You found me when I was in my prime, in my finest. Full bloom blossoming like a beautiful orchid. Yeah. But I've been through some life, I withered away. I just need a couple seasons to find my way. To find my way. Come back to my bestest, to my bestest. And my bestest. And my bestest. And my bestest. And my bestest. Yeah, it took a while, but I'm back in my prime. Foldable to smoother, just like a fine wine. You can take a sip, we can go in deep all night. I know how it feels when you're buried deep inside. A nail in the coffin, stuck in there day and night. But in darkness, you will find your life. See me with you, whisper of kindness. Watch me come back to my bestest, to my bestest. And my bestest. And my bestest. And my bestest. And my bestest. Put your hands up, I'm moving at the speed of light. We ain't slowing down, yeah, we heading to the top. I love the way we're synchronized. We don't need to say a word, just sing with me all night. Like we're dancing with only our mind. And my bestest. 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 And my bestest.
This is GCOM Radio, powered by Lyfeblood.com. Come join, be a lifer. Practice dollar power and build financial independence.
Yeah, man, that was Harana with Bestest. Yeah, man, I'm loving him. I'm loving it. What do you think? Yeah, man. I know. Yeah, before we get into this second segment, for this topic that I said that at the top of the show that we was going to get into, we're going to get into business of the week. And this was just a pleasant surprise that I bumped into on IG. And I thought it's a beautiful thing, and it's definitely connected to the in the long game of what Lyfeblood is trying to build. but it's a necessary tool for government officials and organizations, political organizations, of course, to use. So let's get into business of the week.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bringing you the business of the week and its innovative founders is what you've been waiting for.
We should all be politically active and knowledgeable of what happens in our government. How do we figure out what bills are being developed by our legislatures and what will be left in congressional wastebaskets? The current way is inefficient, cumbersome, and confusing. How can we ensure that we stay up to date with these bills? Well, some folks have solved that issue for us. Founders Damola Ogundipe and Yemi Adewunmi collaborated on a platform called civiceagle.com. With the recent creation of InView, this search engine component tracks and informs users of the latest bills that are being discussed in your government. Users can search through filters across all 50 states through keywords, authors, as well as the bill status. Be active, get informed, step in and change the way your government works. Lyfeblood would like to salute civiceagle.com for taking the steps in streamlining the legislative process for its citizens. A tool for improving the system by more transparent means, simultaneously building a better democracy with it. Go to civiceagle.com for more info. Yeah, so, all right. So I was talking about earlier in the show about the situation with the unfortunate situation with Kobe and his daughter and all of the other passengers on the helicopter, and how the world is just in total shock. And it was a blow like an unexpected anvil coming across the head to find out about this information when it did. But the other side of it is, unfortunately, there are those folks that really had an issue with the outpouring of support and love that was directed at Kobe. Kobe, of course, being Kobe Bryant, NBA basketball star that went international and then retired and was going to just start the second chapter or the next chapter of his life, whatever he was going to become. Was going to be great. But unfortunately, there are those that wanted to rain on this this situation, and it pissed me off. So everybody knows this guy Ari, what was his name? Shafir, or whatever, I guess. So Shafir, this comedian that I saw on Joe Rogan's show, I don't know if he's a regular or if he showed up one time, but this guy had the gall to come and try to shit on the situation by saying what he thought was a joke, saying he was glad that Kobe died and it was 23 years too late and blah, 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 blah. Everybody knows it at this time, right? So the shit came down on him. I mean, he got roasted. To the point, I'm sure he's in his house right now, like thinking, fuck, why did I say that? And supposedly he said it was a joke. He said he does this after people die. He says his things to kind of like humanize them and for people not to deify these people that died and that you're human and they fucked up before, blah, 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 blah. But it was done in terrible taste at the absolute worst timing. Because then he goes on to say, well, when I made that joke, I thought it was just Kobe. I didn't know there was other people on the plane. I didn't know his daughter was, on the helicopter. I didn't know his daughter was in a helicopter and all this thing. Nah, you fucked up, bro. You fucked up. I don't care who's on the plane. All right? If someone to the stature of Kobe Bryant is on the, why do I keep on saying plane, on the helicopter, you shut the fuck up, bro. That wasn't funny. That I didn't get no giggles out of that. I didn't see the humor in any of that. Nothing. You was trying to play Kobe. You was trying to be slick and smart, come out the side of your mouth and saying some real suspect shit. It deserves a slap. And I'm not promoting violence. It deserves a back sway. But then, he got his just due. His talent management company dropped him. He was going to play at a comedy club in LA. They dropped him. They canceled his thing because of death threats at the club. And most of the he goes back and forth to LA and New York. Don't get it twisted about New York, bro. There's enough Kobe fans over here. Now, you think that people on the streets are going to walk about the streets and people going to show you some respect? You ain't get no respect, bro. At worst, you're going to get chased off the block. You know what I mean? So, but the thing is, it's not just Ari Fleischer. There was a lot of people that had some words to say, like Evelyn Rachel Wood. Mira Savino, she didn't really say anything about Kobe, but more so she said it about Cosby. I guess it was a women's rally or something like that, and she threw Cosby's name out there. And I'm like, okay, well, the guy is in jail. I don't know what more that you want from him there, but I tell you this, there's a lot of other people that's out there, all right, that's living their best life, knowing that they have some suspect shit, some pedophile shit, some sexual abuse shit, name them. But I kind of found it funny that they were triggered. It just sounded like they were triggered, because why would you say something so quickly after such a tragic incident to try to smear or sully Kobe Bryant's name? It's amazing, man. It's amazing that this is being said. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Why so many people have something to say about Kobe Bryant? And I'm like, hold on a second. Hold on. Especially in a time where people's opinion is used to destroy other people's career. That's the world we live in. This is the cancel culture age. So it doesn't even matter what you did, whether it was right or wrong. People will say something about you, and a court of public opinion will trash you and all of a sudden eradicate your career based on something that happened 15, 20 years ago, talking about Kobe's a racist. I mean, rapist. I'm bugging. I'm jumping the gun here. What I really want to say, I'm jumping the gun here. All right? That he was a rapist, that what he did at the time, and don't matter if he was exonerated, don't matter that this woman, the plaintiff, dropped the case because she didn't want to get heat. DNA, they found a couple of dudes' DNA on her underwear. It don't matter none of that about that. He made his public apology and he moved on since then. That was like 15 something years ago. What, we talking about this now? Really? Come on, man. Why are these folks triggered? Why are they so triggered? That they just want to just be like, huh? What? You know, he was a rapist, right? I'm like, wait a second. We even get that, the dude's body is not even outside, hasn't been pulled out the helicopter with the rest of the bodies. No autopsy, no, see if it's really Kobe, no, like getting the family, they're crying their eyes out uncontrollably. And then yet you have something to say about Kobe Bryant being a rapist from something that he was exonerated on many moons ago? What is the deal? Now, saying that, let me see, because, these people have a right to their opinions. I'm going to drink some of my hot chocolate with cinnamon. Yummy. These people have a right to say what they want to say, right? If they want to mention that he was a rapist, that, people are many different things, and it's not taken away from anything else. He was a basketball player, and he was a rapist. All right. So, there are many other people that have sexual abuse cases on them, whether it's true or not, that you could take that same energy and put it on them. Roman Polanski, Woody Allen, Bryan Singer, Kevin Spacey, Harvey Weinstein, Charlie Rose, Martin Sheen, Elvis Presley, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, Bill O'Reilly. Let me see, who else? Corey Feldman was about to blow the lid on a lot of different people in Hollywood. But he's fear of getting blowback from it. So he kind of stays quiet. He mentioned a couple of people. There's all these people and more that are out there frolicking. and they been doing dirt. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that. Nobody's saying nothing about these dudes. They going about their business. Nobody's saying, ain't nobody painting or corralling to getting the pitchforks and the torches off of Bill O'Reilly. Nobody's doing that. Nobody mentioning his name. Nobody's mentioning Harvey Weinstein. Come on. Ain't nobody coming after Kevin Spacey. What about Bryan Singer? You know, it's funny. It's funny how black men are used as scapegoats for shit that's been happening in this country for a long time on equal ground that comes from everywhere. Because if you're going to be about the Me Too movement, if you're going to be about this self-righteous stand on the platform and denounce sexual abuse that happens towards women, you got to mention them too. And I understand what this is. This is a power game, right? This is a power game. Harvey Weinstein's going to get off. He knows people. He can make a phone call. But you're taking a stand for women's rights, right? That's been going on for decades. And no stone is going to be left unturned when it comes to getting equal rights for women. Look at what's happening with, what's my main? Oh my God. Get me the money. What's that guy's name? With Tom Cruise. He did that when he got his Oscar back then. I forgot that dude's name. But he's getting his business. He's getting his ass reamed. He's going to court. All these women coming out the woodworks. Show me the money. What's that guy? I'm gonna get the. I want to and that dude. Show me. Yeah, there you go. Show me the money. I just want to get Cuba Gooding Jr. All right, show me the money. He's a wild boy in Hollywood. Everybody knows that. I was watching Vlad TV, and people in the business know that he's a wild boy. And then he was being talked about him, you know, being a womanizer, right? But it's funny. I saw the video, and the woman that was saying that she got sexually harassed, Cuba was with another chick, and she was talking with she was very welcoming, leaning in at times, and Cuba was doing his thing because he's an actor, he's a celebrity, he's enjoying himself. But yet, oh my God, look at this! This guy is getting put through the meat grinder. But yet, all these other cats, we don't hear a thing. We got to be equal in what we do. See, look, when it comes with people as part of Lyfeblood, we're not just going to deal with the coming wave of technology that is shifting the way human beings interact. We're also trying to advance ourselves as humans. And what that means is to deal with the truth, deal with the facts. And with the truth and facts, we are going to change our whole worldview based on these facts. They're using the scientific method. The reason why half of America is still thinking like it's 1910 at 1850 is because our educational system destroys their mind. Probably does it as per design. That's why these people think the way they do. That's why racism still exists. That's why ism still exists. Because it's not about making the best human being. It's about making conformity. And right along there, if you build in racism, you can keep people's minds off the real dastardly fellows that's twisting the mustache and make it about other people. And unfortunately, a lot of these issues that we're dealing today is tainted by that. And why do I say that? Because I feel, I'm like, why are these people so upset about Kobe Bryant? Like I said, with Evelyn Rachel Wood and then Ari Shafir and all these people saying these things. I'm like, I don't understand. This is like, this guy's body is still warm. And here it is, they're destroying this man before he's even 6 feet under. And they got me thinking, I'm like, you know what? This is a black man that's getting more attention. And his daughter is getting more attention than the 7 other lives, or should I say white lives, that's on a helicopter. And that's triggering them. Wait a second. There were other people on that helicopter that died as well. And no doubt you're right, they died as well. But he's a national, international, well-known celebrity, personality, individual. And of course, he had a lot more of a profound effect on the world over. That's why he's getting attention. Now, all lives, of course, are precious. But if you have an important figure on that helicopter that died, of course, the people are going to mourn that individual more. He had more of an impression on them and everything that he did. That's why he's getting that attention. But no, we're getting people triggered. Oh, wait a second. They're not going to say it out loud, but within them, that emotional tug, that emotional storm that's welling up in them, that confusion that, wait a second, white people were on that helicopter. Why is it that he's getting more? And because that's what they're doing, they're seeing color. Why is this black man getting? No, you know what? He's a rapist. Don't forget that, people. He's a rapist. He raped that woman. They're trying to bring him back down. He's like, whoa. Recognize, no. They're trying to knock him down and sully his image. They keep him from being exalted, because they can't have a black man exalted in this country. Of course not. Because as I said, as per design, the educational system perpetuates racism. Okay? And if you do not consciously deal with it, you have degrees of racism within your mind, within your psyche. And you can't say, oh, I'm not racist. I'm not. I don't do that. I have black friends, and I go to a Will Smith movie, so I can't be racist. No. You have to root it out and say, oh, snap, listen, I got a problem. It's just like cancer. The cancer is in your body. The doctors have to figure out what it is, localize it, and extract it from your body. That's how racism has to be done. It has to be psychologically localized and extracted from your mind. And it has to be put out there on display. Yeah, this is a problem. That's the only way America is going to move forward. But America is not dealing with that. America is saying, as per design, it benefits the dominant group. That racism muddles the conversation. And if need be, they could pull a lever, push a button, send out a trigger word, dog whistle politics, and it gets the people divided right down the middle. And they can say, hey, remember I said this before? It's those Mexicans. It's those Muslims. You see what I'm talking about? It goes back to the conversation with the gun rights dudes in Kentucky. These are things that are being said that diverts the attention away from the real issues that is debilitating to the American society. So and it's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. Now, and I say this, put it like this. When John McCain died, I didn't say nothing. I had issues with John McCain, but I respect the man, who he was enough, and what he meant to his people, that I said, you know what, I'm not going to say nothing about John McCain. Now, after the fact, you could say at the time, many years ago, he rejected MLK when he voted against having an MLK Day. Okay? He voted against it way back then. Okay? Not only that, he was against revising the Civil Rights Act that was trying to ban discrimination in employment in America. He was against that. All right? But I didn't say nothing. I'm like, yo, I respect. This guy died. He meant something to a lot of people. Let them mourn him as a father, as a brother, as a person. Hey, man, I could back up from him. And then I will come with my criticism much later. I can say it now. There's a lot of things that he was suspect on. I'm like, whoa. And now I can say, hey, hey, wait a second. This is what he did, because you don't go by someone's words, you go by their action. To me, I don't care what you say. I care about what you do. What you did, what you're doing now, on what you plan to do based on your track record. I don't care what you say, okay? Because you got politicians that say one thing 8 years ago and then flip it and say, now in front of the camera, I didn't say that. And then all of a sudden you go on the records and be like, yes, it did. I care about what you do. And this man said these things on record and did it. So, how much you give time to criticize the individual? I say at least anywhere between 2 weeks and a month, if you want at best. It's a minimum. You know what I mean? But damn, bro, they was trashing Kobe's name. The helicopter was still burning on the mountainside. Jesus. All right. We're going to get into the next song. And this is by this brother right here in Queens, Focus the Truth. He got this joint called Gravediggaz. Saw the video, it's nice. Check out the video. Right now, you can pause this and go right to the YouTube channel, Lyfeblood.com, DS Entertainment, and you can see the show there. What was the other one? I forgot how my whole tag. Anyway, put in Lyfeblood.com. You'll find it on YouTube. Go to Focus the Truth. That's the brother out of Queens, New York, doing his thing, doing big things, and his song is called Gravediggaz. And right behind that is Coline Creuzot, I think. That sounds French. I'll say Creuzot. Please, if you listening to this, correct me on the pronunciation. She's coming with Truth, featuring Trina, the rapper. Dope joint too. So check that out. We got Focus the Truth out of Queens, New York with Gravediggaz, and Coline Creuzot. Truth is, featuring Trina. So check these two joints out.
Queens has been more overseas than any other borough.
You niggas share the same approach, but my style vintage. Hard shit, no pull punches, I don't like scrimmage. Stand behind all of these bars like a life sentence. Headshots, y'all belly shooters like Hype Williams. More aggression to counter all the depression. Elevate my status to great. Truly, the shit was destined. Give and go, quid pro quo if we talking favors. If you owe, ain't no space for you at my table. Boss talk like Al Capone and Frank Nitti. Conscious rap, beyond that, I get gritty. My boy did 6 years stuck inside the feds and still be on Instagram like he never left. Shit changed but stayed the same really in the end. I just be liking all the pics till we meet again. But fuck it, let's get back to this poetry. Smoke clouds in the sky, you already know it's me. Spray inside the car, had to hit it with the potpourri. Before the cops get me and they try to okie dokie me. Killing shit every time, I feel I got a rhyme. This how you get away with murder without shining rhymes. My feelings only superseded by a dollar sign. Good business only focused on the bottom line. But we profiting more like entrepreneurs. This grown man rap, I am not immature. Cause we grind from the bottom, headed to the top. If we flop, that's a problem. Fall, try again, don't stop, that's the motto.
Listen up.
You're listening to GCOM Radio.
That's the motto. Grind from the bottom, headed to the top. If we flop, that's a problem. Fall, try again, don't stop, that's the motto. Strategize plans, once it's shocked, then we got them. Survival is the motto.
Niggas always hating, but they don't know what they do. They see the honey chasing, they hating because it's you. With me, I'm a mood, you impatiently on the move. Now you in my face, I'm just waiting for you to move. Stay away from Nate, who always wants you to prove. Hey, what'd you say? Don't really care if you lose. Look at who's really down for you. Grinding that, and this just gotta match. Timing is the only thing you can't get back. Remind them why a nigga reppin' where he at. Queens nigga, cream getter, dream liver. I'm sucker free, shorty fuck with me for free, nigga. She getting thick, she don't wanna get her jeans bigger. She in the gym, even though she got a mean figure. My kind of bitch, small titties, still liquor. She put her floors in the hands of a real nigga. You know the mile, I go for a smile when I chill with her. Know to go mile, go for a round while I build with her. You know the sound, face of the town, real nigga. The ghost put up strapped with a Tommy, hill figure. You real, stop trying to remind me. Chill nigga, square on the one with the body, still nigga. Stay with day ones that's around me, still nigga. I know a couple days in the county would kill niggas.
Breathe on, y'all body any beat I breathe on. Beam John, sticking out the window of a Nissan. Spitting on whoever feel like I'm someone to sleep on. Like I ain't put on work for my city, shit feel like eons. I be on nice, future neon bright. You do it for life, I'm doing this for checks like nice. I been a leader like Raw, y'all some grown ass mice. Y'all be ratting and thinking cause you getting cheese, it's alright. Nah, I
thank God for the real ones left. I'm barely impressed, grinding till they lay me to rest. I find it funny y'all intimidate the opposite sex. These cats pussy, only thing they really missing is breast. Truthfully, I don't focus on being fly no more. But me, focus on flower, be on sight at your door. Think you fucking with queens, best believe in the Lord. Have them send you to your maker just for pissing me off. I'm litty, of course, only wanna fuck with a boss. But I could get up on my own anytime that I fall. I never fold, but niggas tell before the case get tossed. You only see me on papers when I'm smoking that raw. Said it before, guess I'ma have to reiterate. Ain't sharing no place with snakes, stay the fuck on my face. Let me be great, hustle till I'm blue in the face. Yeah, the marathon gon' continue, watch me finish the race. I'm gone.
Grind from the bottom, headed to the top. If we flop, that's a problem. Fall, try again, don't stop, that's the motto. Strategize plans, once it's shocked, then we got them. Survival is the motto. Grind from the bottom, headed to the top. If we flop, that's a problem. Fall, try again, don't stop, that's the motto. Strategize plans, once it's shocked, then we got them. Survival is the motto.
My God. I want to hear more. GCOM Radio.
You said you love me. You said you need me. Where are you, baby? What's happening to me? I've been waiting on for you. Can't seem to get no time from you. I think you think I can't handle the truth, but all this here, it just ain't up to you. Cause the truth is, I got niggas. Yeah, I got niggas. More niggas than you got bitches. Yeah, the truth is, I got niggas. Yeah, I got niggas. More niggas than you got bitches. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, I like you. Might even love you, but I could easily walk away from you. Baby, quit playing. What I'm trying to say is, you the one I wanted, so you better jump on it, on it, on it, on it. I've been waiting around for you. Can't seem to get no time from you. I think you think I can't handle the truth, but all this here, it just ain't up to you. Cause the truth is, I got niggas. Yeah, I got niggas. More niggas than you got bitches. Yeah, the truth is, I got niggas. Yeah, I got niggas. More niggas than you got bitches. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, I like you. Might even love you, but I could easily walk away from you.
I got niggas on my line who gon' come at the drop of a dime. Those who admire that I'm so fine, so nigga don't get it twisted like you gon' blind. A queen needs hoes they can never be. If you line these bitches up, they still behind me. I will always be the best who ever did it. I am the baddest bitch, get it? The way I rolled your face, you gon' miss this taste. The way you put me on your shoulders while your hands around my waist. Back shots, another nigga could get it. Yeah, life song make you watch him hit it. Everlasting, you never forget it. I could have any niggas, so don't never get it twisted.
The truth is, I got niggas. Yeah, I got niggas. More niggas than you got bitches. Yeah, the truth is, I got niggas. Yeah, I got niggas. More niggas than you got bitches. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, I like you. Might even love you, but I could easily walk away from you.
Yeah, that was Focus the Truth, featuring TGI Fly and Kaya Baby, coming out of Queens with Gravediggaz. And following up right behind them is Colin Creuzot with Truth Is, featuring the baddest Trina. Yeah, man, look out for these two artists, man. They on the rise. So I really like their sound. Good luck to them and all that they do in this business. But before we continue the third segment, we got to get into the news you need to know. All right, what we got?
Ladies and gentlemen, around the world and right in your neighborhood, it's the news you need to know.
Coronavirus exceeds over 10,000 in China. Once again, the world is faced with a growing viral infection. Over 11,000 cases of people have been infected with the coronavirus around the world, however, mostly identified in mainland China. According to the CDC, the coronavirus can cause respiratory illnesses such as the common cold, pneumonia, and bronchitis. Supposedly, most people can be affected by the virus, but symptoms are usually mild to moderate. The viruses are common to animals around the world, but it is a rarity for these viruses to cross from animals to humans. This has happened in the Middle East at one point in time. The virus is called 2019-nCoV. Scientists believe the virus popped up in Wuhan at a local seafood market. During genetic analysis, the virus is closely related to a virus found in bats. However, no bats were sold at the seafood market. Some scientists also assumed it may have come from snakes, but there is no evidence that snakes can be infected. In order for the virus to be considered a pandemic, it must be determined in three ways: efficiency in human infection, replication in humans, and how easily it spreads. There's a calculation with a numeric value scientists use to determine the risk level of the virus. This relates to an average number of people who can catch it from one infected person, below 1 being harmless, and above 1 a concern for the virus spreading. The disease is currently at 2.2. With all that being said, China is being heavily quarantined, especially visitors coming into the United States from the area. There have been 6 to 8 confirmed cases identified in the United States. However, America is considered low risk. Organizations and governments are watching closely to see where the next infected cases may occur. Prayers and support to folks in China during this coronavirus ordeal. Elon Musk's Starlink satellites are on their way up. The space satellites that were meant to provide worldwide internet access are on their way to orbiting the Earth. After dealing with sketchy weather, the fourth payload has launched carrying 60 satellites up to the upper atmosphere of the planet. Approved by regulators, all 12,000 of Musk's Starlink satellites will be VLEO, very low Earth's orbit, to provide internet access around the world better than the current satellites in orbit. At times, there can be lag time that can be worse than the average cable connection. Unfortunately, not all are excited by this endeavor. Some scientists have issues with the satellite array because it can cause issues when observing the heavens above. The satellites causes streaks of light across their images while capturing the deep sky from their observatories. We'll see how Musk and the astronomers play as Earth's orbit becomes more crowded over time. And that is the news you need to know. Yeah, okay, so we're going to end it, do this final third segment of the show. And I thought it was pretty cool. I'm a superhero guy. I like Marvel and DC, and I keep up with it. And I'm looking forward to the Batman, even though it's just like the 5th actor playing Batman. But, you know, this is what it is, man. You're living out these characters on the movies. When I used to be, you know, in my younger years, I was reading these comics when I was a kid and seeing them doing different stories and different takes and changing the whole universe just to keep it fresh for the readers. This is what's happening just on a larger scale. So I can't knock it. I'm looking forward to the Blade movie. I really am. All right. And then it turns out that Doctor Strange 2 is on its way on being made, and they're introducing other supporting characters. Brother Voodoo is one of them. I didn't know. It sounds interesting. I did a little research. I'm like, oh snap, that could be kind of cool. And the other magician woman, I forgot. She was on Justice League Dark, and she's got the top hat. She's the daughter. I forgot. But you know, I'm looking forward to different characters along with Doctor Strange. I think it's a long time coming, man. I really did like Doctor Strange, and man, it takes so long to do these movies. You gotta wait the night. You're so like, oh man, you was soaking this up when the movie dropped, and you watch it again, and then you just can't wait for the second one, and it's like you gotta wait 2-3 years. But you know, it is what it is. That's why I'm waiting for Black Panther. I can't wait to see what Ryan Coogler has cooking up with the screenwriters for that. I had an idea on what he could have done for the second one, but I think they're going in the direction where he's gonna battle Dr. Doom. That's what I hear. That's what I'm hearing. We'll see how this one comes out. So yeah. So all right. So this is my take on 5 black superheroes that I would love to see on the big screen. And this is my personal take. So there are 5 of them. Number 1 is Icon. Icon, I'm like, he was on Justice League. I thought he was a great character. He's kind of like a spin-off of Superman, but a little different. So he's this alien, another alien from outer space, crash lands on Earth, right? It's kind of like, that's one of the similarities. So he crash lands on Earth during the 18th century in the South. He takes on the appearance as an alien. He takes on the appearance of the first biological organism he sees, which is a woman that finds him. And then he slowly, he ages slowly. So he goes through time looking young, always looking young. So then he always takes the form of his kid or son or whatever, so he can escape any curiosity and like bewilderment. Like, dude, why are you not aging? And he moves through time like that. And what he's doing, he's waiting for Earth's technology to catch up so he can fix his ship to kind of go back home. So, but while he's on Earth, he's human, he's a black man, and he becomes a lawyer, and then he becomes a superhero. Through that, he recognizes power through a situation that happens. Actually, through his sidekick, which is named Rocket, this young girl. She was like a pickpocketer or whatever like that, and she realizes his powers and I think she was a part of giving him the name Icon. But I think it's dope to really live that character and to really kind of flesh it out. I think that would be dope to do it. So to me, Icon is like the number 1 on my list. And the next one is Jon Stewart. I'm like, what are they waiting for to do this Jon Stewart freaking movie, man? I'm like, you did Hal Jordan, and that was atrocious. That was a tragedy in itself. And now it's like, you can't do Jon Stewart. Now, I know certain fans are like, oh, don't make Superman black. All right, fine, whatever. That's cool. I'm the same way, because I don't want Batman to be black. I want him to be Bruce Wayne, that white billionaire dude. Don't change it. So, but that doesn't mean, if you want diversity in the comics, that doesn't mean you have to make main characters black or Latino or Arab Muslim. You don't have to. Just create characters that represent the audience today. That's all you got to do. So, but yeah, Jon Stewart is a special case type of superhero where, he doesn't have these powers since he's born. He gets his powers through the ring. So, of course, the Green Lanterns Corps tosses these rings out throughout space, and the people that are worthy get the ring and it become the Green Lantern, boom, boom, boom. Hence why Jon Stewart makes sense in the superhero world in Marvel. So, but I don't understand why they're taking so long to introduce Jon Stewart. I think he would be dope. I think it would be crazy. The Green Lanterns Corps is a superhero story that can be, oh my God, the stories you can tell, and you can change the Green Lantern like 20 times. That's why Green Lantern is not like all the other superheroes. Anybody can get the ring. Anybody. It could be Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan, an alien with 3 arms, a bug, as you see in the story when he went to Io. There's all types of aliens that are bestowed the ring of the Green Lanterns Corps. How are you not telling this story? Like, what is going on? You can tell it. If you could get away with Deadpool, you can do the Green Lanterns Corps story. Man. It's just terrible. Now, it was a hiccup. The way it was a total clusterfuck with the Green Lantern, and even Ryan Reynolds knew that. And, he makes fun of himself in the Deadpool. It was terrible. Even though as funny as it may sound, I kind of like the CGI suit. That's me. I thought it was kind of clever. You know what I mean? But a lot of people hated it. Okay, whatever. That's fine. But the story was terrible. All right? And it was trash. I didn't like, what was it? The parallax? I just didn't like how it was. I didn't like it. Everything just was off. It was colorful. I don't know. It just didn't gel with me. And Ryan Reynolds was right. Toss it. Okay, let's go into number 3. Vixen. Vixen, she's a DC character. Oh, and Icon was a DC character too. I didn't even mention that. So Vixen is a DC character, and she was an orphan that was raised in Detroit, and she was given this necklace from her family that has powers of different animals. So she can be the elephant, a cheetah, an eagle. The spirits. Powers of the animals are in the necklace. She touches the necklace, all of a sudden she gets a power, so she could do these amazing things. I think that would be a beautiful story to tell. And now you can put women into the story from Detroit. I think that's hot. And there was so many women actors that I know can fulfill those roles to be Vixen. And, you know, you could throw in some other DC characters just to spice up the story, if in case you think that it won't go great. I think Vixen is a great character to get into. Who does she remind you of? What am I thinking? I think they got to change the necklace because it looks too much like Black Panther. We got the same talons on it with the main medallion. Change it up a little bit. I don't know. Cowrie shells? Who knows? I don't know. But make it fly. But Vixen can be done. Let's see. The fourth one is Storm. Storm from Marvel. Man, that Storm would be such a great character to tell. I think Hollywood constantly miscast Storm. No disrespect to Halle Berry. I think Halle Berry is a beautiful woman, great actress, but I think she just didn't know what to do with the character. When she first did Storm, she had this accent that was horrible. Oh my God, it was horrible. I didn't know what accent she was trying to do. And I'm trying to get the other actress that did Storm too. I can't remember her name. I thought it was terrible. Even in the later ones, I was like, oh my God, what is this? I hated it. So, and the lady that played Storm in I think the last 2 X-Men pieces, her name was Alexandra Shipp. I didn't think she did any justice to the character too. I think it was terrible. Get rid of her. They need someone that has that's really gonna take this story, seriously, or take the character seriously, and give it their all, bring it from the center, from the core, from the heart, and really flesh out the Storm character. Of course, everybody knows Storm. I don't have to really explain it. She controls weather, right? But the thing is, this is the other interesting thing that I'm glad X-Men is now in the MCU, is that she married Black Panther. That is another dope story to connect, to bring a fully fleshed out Storm into the movies once again. She marries Black Panther. They're married for a while, and then I think they divorce. This is how you can introduce a dope Storm. And Storm, to me, has to be African. Please. Now, no disrespect to the other actresses that played Storm. I never thought she was the right Storm. And you know what's another funny thing? I never know why they gave Storm in X-Men, the animated series, blue eyes. Oh, my God. What? She's African, bro. Not to say that it can't happen. I know this one black model that she has blue eyes is a real thing. But sometimes people want to, because of the issues with the beauty issues that black people got to deal with, and thinking some kind of blue eyes is some, gift from whatever. But I was like, why are they giving her blue eyes? Okay, whatever. But yeah, she's got to be African. There's a couple of actresses that I think can be dope for Storm. Or something closer, but I think that the ones that they use, they just didn't represent Storm, especially if she was from Africa. Anyway, so I think that would be another great story. Okay, the last one that I thought that would be a great movie to tell, Bishop everybody knows Bishop. Bishop is kind of like Cable. Bishop comes from future. He's got all this futuristic tech weapons. He's a mutant. So what happens? He jumps to the past. I think either something happens in the future that he needs to change the past in order to change the future, or I think because they were mutants from the future that escaped through time and he's chasing them. He's a bounty hunter. So that's how he kind of meets the X-Men in the past and he becomes a part of the X-Men. I think his powers is dope. He absorbs energy blast, and he can redirect it back to the person. And also, he can also build his strength and powers, exponentialize it by taking all those blasts. And the fact that he's not like Superman-ish, where, you know, he could become all powerful. Like there's a limit to how much power he can take, but he always tests his limit. I think that's dope to use. And if you can have a dope Cable in the Deadpool, you can do Bishop right. And I like how they did Bishop in Days of Future Past when they had the African brother do it with the dreads. And that's another thing. In the X-Men animated series, they gave Bishop a Jerry curl. They gave him the long, luscious, you know what I'm saying, the drippity drips. I that's another one I understand. I'm like, damn, bro, what is with the hair? Black people ain't got that hair unless you want a permit, but that will look stupid. So obviously, they got to change that up if they're going to bring Bishop to the screen, and they did. They gave him dreads and in Days of Future Past, if I'm correct with the right one. I thought it was hot, but he was just a side character. They kind of like played with, like, oh, I throw him in there too because it's an alternate universe, and it would easy to throw him in, but he got done off. But yeah, I think it would be dope if they had a full movie with Bishop. And yeah, man, I think and those are my 5 black superhero characters that I would love to see on the silver screen. First is Icon, of course. I think Icon, and then, you know, a lot of people be like, "Yo, you forgot Martian Manhunter." I'm like, yeah, but it's kind of similar to the Alien Icon and then Superman and, you know, Martian Manhunter. I don't know. I wasn't really feeling Martian Manhunter. I thought he's like a side character. That's me. Other people might disagree, but I think he's just side character. Like they made Bishop in Days of Future Past. If they bring, I think Icon is just, yeah, he's a great character to really, I think, kind of twist up his suit a little bit. I think his suit can be a little, I think the colors clash with the red and the green, but I kind of like the ring in the center. I don't know. It's you can play with that a little bit, but yeah, those are my 5 characters. I would love to see them in the movies. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. That was my play on all these superheroes. And if anybody has any other heroes that they think would be dope to see on a big screen, send me an IG. You know what I mean? Hit me in the DMs. So, all right, folks, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for listening to me. I will keep you guys updated as we get closer to New York Tech Day at Jacob Javits Center when Lyfeblood shows up. I'm really excited about it. I already started drawing out what the displays are going to be and how I'm going to present it and make it look to those 15,000 people that's going to be roaming that building. And I'm looking forward to making it a real impact at my booth. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for listening. Thanks for all the artists that submitted their music. And we will be back next week. All right, folks, I'm out. Peace.
Check it.
You just listened to GCOM Radio, powered by Lyfeblood.com for the global community.
We worldwide, baby.
See you in the next go round. From right here to your town, we out.